Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bills and the Commanders, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down the kickoff, and what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Buffalo Bills taking on the NFC champions, the Washington Commanders. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, the Bills have been a team trending upwards the last few years. They did take a couple of devastating losses to KC in the playoffs the last 2 seasons, but here they are seeking that elusive first ever Super Bowl title.
And remember the history of this franchise, partner. They had been there 4 times in the 90s. Super Bowls 25, 26, 27, 28 without a victory. Somewhere, their quarterback, Jim Kelly, their runner, Thurman Thomas, their head coach, Marv Levy, they have to be smiling watching this team go for their first Super Bowl title.
Meanwhile, this is a Washington team that kind of flew under the radar this year. They weren't exactly preseason favorites to be here, far from it. But I guess it just shows you what a name change can do, I suppose. They're in the Super Bowl in their first year, Charles, as the Commanders.
The name may have changed, but the history is still there. 1992, Super Bowl 26. That was the last time that they were here, more than a quarter.
Into the air right away is Allen. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Allen now looks to throw. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So, roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Allen going to keep it again. Oh, look at the juke. 11 yards is the gain on the keeper there, but now it's 3rd down. Throwing now is Allen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills' opening drive yields 3. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least she gets something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. Bringing him out is the pride of North Dakota State. Now in his 7th NFL season, Carson Wentz.
On his 3rd team in 3 seasons, Carson Wentz finally found his spot where everything clicked, and it was in the nation's capital. He's elevated his game and become a big-time leader for this Washington Commanders team. And now in his first season in D.C., he has him playing in the Super Bowl.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz got this complete to Jahan Dotson. Winston Dotson, your connection there for the Commander first. You look at this Super Bowl, the 2nd appearance for this head coach. The first one did not go as planned, as we all know. But what do you think he's learned from that first go-around?
He learned how much it hurts to lose, and that's what you hear from coaches so often. They don't remember the wins as much as they remember the losses. You can talk about the media, the scrutiny, the hoopla, but once you've had to shake a head coach's hand and jog off the field and know you have to face the media, face your fans, face your home life, knowing that you've lost the Super Bowl, that hurts big time, and you're going to do everything possible to try to prevent that from happening again. Now, the good thing for you, partner, is you're not as old as I am, okay? So true. So back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, the right side of an offensive line was almost always your power side. Your bigger, stronger, physical guys. But on this play, they tossed it right and looked like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, but that's not the case so much anymore, you're saying, with the bigger guys?
Not necessarily.
You find the best guys, plug them in on your O-line.
Right. As a general rule now, you're a lot more balanced on your offensive line. They might still lean towards your best pass blocker on the left side,
sure,
but not necessarily all the time.
From the 29, Wentz under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Von Miller just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
The offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. He'll drop to throw. And a loose football. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet. Each
team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. To the air, Allen. Eluding the pressure right. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wentz. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wentz. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Von Miller, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. The Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. Back to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Singletary to get the drive started. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Allen to throw it. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back, and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
From the 36, Allen. That's taken in by the tight end, McKinney. The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. Here's Allen. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. This is brought in at the 21. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Throwing now is Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. They'll run on first down with Singletary. I'm not quite sure how he got away from that first tackler, but he won't even be able to get it back to the line of scrimmage there as the defense rallies behind him.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Allen. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And the Commanders are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Wentz going to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie, and they start 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. Down inside the 10. Touchdown Bills. Dawson Knox, 39 yards. And the Bills have moved out in front.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. And he's going to drop this one down to Gibson. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete. Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Throwing to start the drive. Allen, a quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On play action, Allen. Looking left sideline, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Allen going to throw. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A 1st down and then some, 36 yards.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
And again, it's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen. Well, this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. The 20, 10, and he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick 6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, the ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And here come the Bills. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone. How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
2nd down. Now Allen. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. They'll try to run for this with Singletary. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. 10-10 is the score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. From the 31, Allen The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. And the Washington offense heading out. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Second down and a run by Robinson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Washington on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Able to connect with Dotson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set that there.
You know, we saw that indeed picking up the 1st. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3. On 2nd and 7, Allen. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Shotgun now for Wentz. Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Wentz now on 1st down. Quick slant, Dotson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
They'll run with Robinson. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Robinson again. And this time he'll run into a wall right at the 4-yard line. 3rd and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. Now Wentz. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Gregory Rousseau drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal. This just a 24-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Buffalo set to get the football back here. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
They go right back to Singletary. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Throwing now is Allen. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing on first is Wentz. That's out wide here for Robinson. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. To throw is Wentz. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
From the red zone now, Wentz. Flushed, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And Oliver, coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz, throw right side, taken in by Gibson. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Throwing is Wentz. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Sly able to put this one through, and that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
A gain there of 21 yards.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right and then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. To the sideline, wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Allen, left side caught by Diggs. His 2nd catch in the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And Beasley with it over the middle. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Allen. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 25-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On first down, Allen. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now we're first and 10 at the 11. Now Allen again. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. To throw, it's Allen. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down. Here's Allen to throw it. Flush to his right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. The kick by Bass is good. And the lead is back down to 3 here at 16-13. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Commanders back out late in this first half. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. On first and 10, here's Wentz. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Wentz now on first down. Coming across the field, he finds Dotson. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on second down. Wentz to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On first down, Wentz. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. A final shot before half for Wentz. And Thomas has it. And he'll be brought down at about the... Here's Wentz to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Von Miller in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
And that's his 3rd sack, and that ties a Super Bowl record. Makes me think of my old college teammate, Reggie White. He had 3 with the Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 31. Darnell Dockett of Arizona, Super Bowl 43. And Coney Ealy, 3 sacks for the Panthers against Denver in Super Bowl 50.
All those sacks, they've only been an official record since Super Bowl 17. I know it's believed that L.C. Greenwood unofficially had 4 way back in Super Bowl 10.
We're in those golden heights.
On Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Allen now looks to throw. Going deep for Diggs. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 39 yards there, a big one. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on. Allen again here on 2nd and 10. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And again, it's Allen. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
In a possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. On play action, Wentz. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From midfield, here's Wentz. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, and talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said. And they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Wentz is throw into the hands of McLaurin. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. There, 32 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. And this is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
Now Joey Slye for the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Allen will try again on second down. There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slant. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. Takes it to about the 37. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Throwing now is Allen. Looking for Beasley. Got him on the slant. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Allen. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. 68 yards on the ground for him so far. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Wentz. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. So that potentially a turning point here this 3rd quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. And the lead is down to a field goal now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. Wentz bringing the Commanders out for 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Wentz to try again after the pick 6. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Gregory Rousseau able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Von Miller, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Diggs with a good footwork. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Throwing now is Wentz. And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.